GM everybody. A lot of people has been asking me what is my um how do I go about trading a small account, into something good, getting some daily or weekly profit, even if it's just $1, $2, $3 with an account less than $20 or even $5 account. Now, I decided to share this secret with you guys because I know a lot of people see trading as a casual thing and are here to build systems. Now, is in trading you have to build system if you want to actually make it big in this space. You have to get systems. You have to build something that that helps you print money, no matter how bad the manipulation is or no matter how bad the market is. Now, I notice that a lot of people are just trading without any caution or without a system. Now, I want to tell you something, that there is no system in trading that is a holy grail system. There is no system that will guarantee you 100% winning rate. But if you can be able to have a system that gives you at least 60% winning rate, then you are on your course to becoming a profitable trader. I have done this severally, growing an account from just 1,000 naira to an account getting close to, um, will I say, more than $50 right now. So how do I do all those things? Now it comes to you building down a process and a system. It's gonna take you time, it's gonna take you season, but you just have to be patient enough to build. Now, what I call in trading system is that your system has to have or accommodate these following processes. Number one, it has to accommodate the analysis process, the execution of trade/trade management, risk control strategies, rules and guidelines, and many more. Now, the first one is analysis process. This is whereby you do your analysis on the chart. Now, you have to look at what are the things you have to look at before taking a trade, and extra confirmations. No, let's do it. And extra confirmations or confluence. You understand? Now, what are the things you look at? These are part of the analysis process. Now, some traders actually look at liquidity sweeps, supply and demand zones, and the other block, and you are good to go. While there are some traders who look at support and resistance zones and trend lines, and they are good to go in that trade. Now, as for someone like me as a small trader, what I do is I don't use lower time frames. I do is I go on a 1 day time frame, identify the trend. What the first thing I do is I identify the trend. The second thing I do is I go down to 4 hours to actually mark out my POI or and identify supply and demand zones. Then I use my 1 hour for entry. This is just the analyzing process. I just trade mostly supply and demand zones. Then I target the next swing high or the next discount zone using FVG or some kind of indicators called RXI for showing overbought and oversold regions. Now, so your trading system has to have an analysis process whereby this is where you analyze the market. You understand? You look at, is the market bearish or bullish? Where are the major places you think that market makers, which is whose traders, will be looking to buy from, will be looking to trade from? And you don't, where you put your stop loss, that's the first thing you have to do. The second thing again that a lot of people get very, very wrong is trade management and execution. See, this is where the main devil comes in. Because if you cannot be able to execute or manage your trade, you'll be just that one random dude who analyzes on trading view but never gets to place them on Bybit or Meta 5. You understand? You have to have good management plan for your trading. You have to be you cannot be that one guy who enter trades and don't even know when to cut your losses, don't even know when to take profit or take partials, don't even manage your trade. There are some people who enter trades, they don't even know that, okay, at this zone, if market faces a rejection from this zone, I am gonna close or take partials and look what the market does next. There are people who who don't know that, okay, I made a mistake in this entry and I have to cut my losses and wait for another entry again. There are people who don't look at, okay, I took a loss, this is my mistake, and let me just go back to it and re-enter. See, they tell you the event trading is bad. Oh god. They told you event trading is bad, yes, but there are sometimes you might enter the chart and you hit stop loss. When you look at your mistakes, you can also see that you can have another entry again that will go ahead to print some cool cash for you. Okay. So that's just it. So you have to have, okay, for someone like me, if price taps into my POI, what I do is I wait for extra bearish or bullish confirmation before either shorting or longing on that chart. Because see, there are sometimes you analysis will be right, oh, the market will first take you out before moving. You understand? So what I do is, once market get my PO, I don't set limit to that. I just set an alert on Bybit that, okay, if market comes to this price, give an alert. I think I have it on my phone here. If you can see the top of my phone, I think I have an alert for that. Okay, if you look at just this now, you see an alert for for um for Solana. That's the price I'm looking at. So I just set an alert and I look at, okay, then and I allow that candle to close. Instead of, if I set to absolute my PO, I wait for extra confirmation before short and long. Why is when market gets to that place, I can actually wait for that candle to close. This gives me better entry, and as I always like using market order, because my POI might be 148.2. Let's say for Solana 148.2, and market taps into that 148.2, goes down low again before coming back up, and now I will not be using that lower price and make more profit. Or sometimes I might wait for the noise to finish in the market, so for many of traders to be swept out, then I'll exit is my enter, and that time trade has gone will go very well. This helps you reduce losses. You know, using extra confirmation, extra conferences, it helps you lose lotto. That's trade management number one. Number two is I mark huge zones market to reverse from. You understand? I mark huge zones market to reverse from. Now, what I do on the chart is, anytime I'm on the chart, I always mark out zones whereby I'll be taking partials from, or zones whereby I'll be cutting my losses. That's trade man. It keeps your emotions in check. It helps. Like sometimes, if I'm in a trade, I know that I'll lose one dollar in that trade, and I know that trade is going to hit my essay. I'm wrong. I'll cut it. Save some capital, because in this trading business, liquidity is key. Liquidity is the main thing. If you don't have capital to trade, you will not be able to trade the market. So I cut my losses when due, and I know when to take the profits. I don't wait for my full TP to complete. Sometimes I take my partials, break even. See, the one thing I save in this market is I always break even when my trade goes by 50%. That's one biggest trade management skill I have. Once my trade start moving by 50%, I break even and know that I'm in a risk-free trade. Like risk-free trade. That trade goes bad, I'm not gonna lose my money. So I break even. Break even is kind of, so now I break even at 50% market moves into my way. This saves me a lot of tears and pain. You understand? It saves me a lot. I break even when market moves. Then I know when to take TPs. See, sometimes in this market you'll be doing stronger to take profit, oh, eh? To secure profit, and market will reverse and hit to stop loss. So what I do is, once a trade, if I'm targeting a 3 hour trade, like times 3 of my risks, when I get to 150%, I break even. That's risk free, number one. Then when I get to 1 hour, I take at least 30% or 50% partials. Then I allow the remaining one run down to full TP if it does, or reverses back to hit my break even. This will help me secure some money for myself and also enjoy my trade. So that is one thing about I do first. I will advise more traders to do as for execution and trade management. This helps you save yourself from a lot of these things. Then it's something as risk control strategies. See, there are sometimes you just have to be patient for this market to feed you, and then sometimes you have to just go all in. If you burns you, it burns you. There are some trades there. I will just, eh, I will just go like in with at least 20% of my portfolio, and some trades I will just go in with like 4%. Now, if you trade that within this within $20 or $10, there are some trades that you go in and you just have to risk in like $4. Those are life changing trades. If you have like $5 account, just divide it by by 5, or let's say by 7. Risk $0.71 per trade. I swear, sometimes you just have to be ruthless, but sometimes it burns your heart. That's what I was doing then. So yeah, let's say my account is $50. There will trade that will be like I'll risk like $7 on that trade. But if your account is like within $3 to $5, just always divide it by 6. If it's $5 account, divide it by 6, or just like that. So this will help you make some profit and not to be making peanuts. You understand that? So you just have to calculate your risk, know the kind of leverage. See, there will be time I'll be in the market. I know that these people are doing nonsense, and I just want to scalp. For a ranging market, I'll just use um, a very very high leverage, like 100x, and then sometimes I will just use just 50x leverage. This helps you a lot. Sometimes you just have to go all in and be careful and cautious so you don't get burnt. There will be a time there's sometimes I was having like $10 in my account. What I just do is I'll risk like $2 with very low leverage on a kind of low cap mem, and if it plays out, I'll be in good profit, and if it doesn't, I'll lose like $1 on that trade, and I won't regret it. So you just have to learn to control your risk, know the proper leverage to use, and the proper risks to take on that trade. There are some trades you have to take with full conviction. Then lastly is you have to have rules that guides you. Like for example, I have rules and guidelines. Like I have rules that once it comes to this period of time, I'm not gonna trade. So I think let me just post my trading rules here. Let me just post and get that. So this is my rule. Like I said I want first that I go to 1 day time frame, refine to 4 hours, identify the trade just like that. Yes, now these are just the rules, and I make clear that I will only trade only Axian and New York sessions, and I BE at 50%. So that's just the rules you need to set in place. Then lastly but not the least is I have another huge app for backtesting. You have to have apps that you backtest, get more information and data to know that this system you are using, this trading pattern you are using, or this your style of trading actually works and it brings some cash flow. And I use CoinGlass for information. This is like extra fundamentals. You can use Twitter to back. Like there are most times I do analysis finish, and I'll just go to CoinGlass and look at, does my SLI entry matches to where people are placing their their SLs out to. Left my mistakes. There are many times I will just place trade and I'll go back to CoinGlass and look at, is there any way my entry will be swept up by market makers. I go back to Twitter and check if there's any fundamental that is going to ruin my analysis. So that's just my strategy and how I trade. So if you like this video, if you love this video and this content, do it to do your own formation backtest and drop a like on this video. Thank you.